Can you quickly just go through the Jaimini Karaks again? So I know Atmakarak, Amatyakarak, BK, MK, PK, but what each one of them? So Atmakarak is the Jatak or the native. I know Dara relates to marriage. Gyati is like,
Atma Karak is like saying first ascendant lord. So everything is related to the Jatak. Amadya Karak is related to second house. So it is basically finance, money, profession, work and money basically. Then, that will not come in Jamakal so much. And then, hey, तीसरा काय था? Bhrati Karak. So Bhrati Karak will be basically related to siblings or the third house related things. Then fourth will be Matra Karak. So that will be mother and fourth house related issues. Then will be Putra Karak. So that will be the fifth house related things. Then will be the Gyati Karak, which is the 6, 8, 12. And Dara Karak, which is seventh house. So, but the Atha don't get into this thing. We will look into that later. Okay. Anyone has any doubts, or we'll start the sessions for the day? All okay? Okay. So today what I've done is I have actually randomly just picked up two cases, earlier cases. I have not got the time to even study them. I've just randomly picked them up, and we'll try to. I've purposely taken little older cases so that we can cross-check the validity based on our present understanding. Okay. So let me just see. Okay, so this first case which I have shared is one college student had asked that her friend has suddenly stopped talking to her. So what could be the reason? Okay. So somebody, it had not come directly to me. It was through uh, one of the batches, one of the groups. So now check this out and tell me what you can make out from here. So this is the Udayam over here.
so do we start by looking at opposite person? For friend, opposite person?
Maybe. So opposite person is basically, this is the person who's asking it, correct?
Yeah. R7.
So seventh lord is approaching the Udayam in the second lord of speech. The obstacle that she's facing is this, the 8th house, Mars, which is here in the 6th house. In the nakshatra of the 5th lord.
Also, communication is Mercury.
Communication Mercury, but what can be the cause of the obstacle?
Mercury is in third house at the moment.
Rest of you, what do you feel? Anyone has any thoughts on that? See the Kavipul link, it will give you the answer.
The Hora is also showing as Mercury, no? No, Jupiter, sorry, Jupiter.
उदयम लॉर्ड मार्स आहे तर काही ॲग्रेशन इश्यू असू शकतात ना.
Correct. Aggression, dispute, fight.
Huh.
So the eighth
What
lord,
about
it is the eighth lord and also the lord of obstacles. So that is the correct name. First of all, find out whether Udayam is the person who's asking it. I think it was a boy. I don't remember whether it was a boy or a girl, but I think it was a boy who was asking it. So let us say it is the boy who's asking the question, or is Udayam the girl who's not talking to this one, or is Udayam the situation? What is it? What is Udayam, first of all, tell me? And based on what calculations?
I think Udam is like she is asking about boy.
Udayam is the boy who's asking the question.
Yeah.
Why do you
No,
say?
no, no, no. About whom she is asking the question.
There is a boy who's asking this question. See, why is this
Okay.
friend not talking? That friend is a girl. So why is she not talking to him?
Okay. So I think she is a girl.
Udayam is
because of Udaya Aruda? Because of that,
one
some
minute.
people say
But there are three things, no? One is this boy who's asking. There is a boy. There is his friend who's a girl, not girlfriend, friend, colleagues. Okay. So basically, if this is a boy and this is that girl, this girl is not talking to him. Correct. So is Udayam the boy who's asking the question? Is Udayam this girl who's not talking to him?
the
Or
girl.
situation?
The girl.
So Udayam is the girl.
Yeah.
Why? Give me the reason for that. That's what I'm saying. That catching the correct Udayam is the most important thing. Otherwise, it will go for a toss. What is approaching Udayam? The second and the seventh lord.
Venus.
But the second and the seventh lord. The second is what? Speech. Seventh is what? Opposite person. Something related to the speech of the opposite person is approaching this one. So it is the boy, because boy is in Ketu. Ketu is a drain. If you see this, if you basically see this portion over here only, this is basically Udaya. It is that person. He is under the nakshatra of Ketu. Ketu is what? A basic drain. Correct? Who is approaching that opposite person, seventh lord, in the nakshatra of second lord, which is the house of speech. So opposite person in the house of speech is approaching the native who is in the zone of drain, nakshatra of drain. So this is actually the boy who is asking the question. So if this is the boy, this actually goes wrong. Then this will go wrong. This will be the obstacle of the boy. Now if you consider this as a girl, then what is coming here? Then basically you can consider as a girl also, because the seventh lord, opposite fellow, which is the boy, in the nakshatra of Venus, which is house of speech, is coming to her in the nakshatra of Ketu, which is a cut. So she is not talking to him. So now there is a confusion, which is the right one. Both ways are giving the thing. So look at the Aruda now. Aruda will tell you the secret of it all. If you consider this as the boy, then the third from the opposite person, the effort of the opposite person is you're having snake, which is also in Ketu, which is a cut. So the opposite person's efforts are getting connected to snake, which is a confusion, some crisis, which is leading to Ketu, which is a cut. Little dicey, little complicated. What do you think? Why is the friend not talking to me? So what is Uday? Okay, so let us say this is the questionnaire, which is the boy. Opposite person is this, which is Venus, correct? Now Venus in the nakshatra of Venus, my opposite person in the this thing of what is it called?
Swarash.
This thing is a house of speech is coming to the Udayam, and Udayam has a Ketu in it. So has the this fellow only done some cut of communication? The boy who's asking the question only has done something where he has cut off the communication. Now, if you see the what is it called? This is the opposite person. So this is that girl who has stopped talking. So supposedly, in her third house of effort, snake, which is confusion, in Ketu, which is the cut, the same cut, is seated. So she seems to be confused as to why he has cut off. Okay, I need to get a feedback on this, then I'll be able to confirm. But this is what is coming up. Now over here, if you see in the opposite person, maybe the girl who has stopped, supposedly stopped talking, there is sun. Sun is what the fifth lord. What is fifth lord for a girl? Can it be a boyfriend? In
Sir, so for the girl, it will be the 11th lot, right?
that is 11th lord is okay, but basically when you look at the the karak, you have to see it from the udaya. For her, it is the 11th lord. That is also closed circle, you can say, or icha purti. But basically, sun is the fifth lord. So fifth lord of friend, a boyfriend, is seated in the seventh house of that girl. In the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is basically the 12th lord of loss, is connected to Kavipu in the sixth house of some dispute. In the Karak of, in the nakshatra of Moon, which is something emotional, is getting connected to Mars, which is the Udayam Lord, which is the guy. Again in the nakshatra of Sun. So it is starting with Sun and ending with Sun. So could it be that this girl's boyfriend has objected or they have a dispute over there, emotional this thing, because of which he has stopped talking? Is that possible?
Mm. Yes, sir. So, in fact, I was going at it in a similar way, but I was looking at both 11th lords. If you look at the boy's 11th lord, it is Saturn, which is in the 12th house,
Correct.
and girl's 11th lord, which is Sun, which is in her so called first house but is debilitated. So, it can be something to do with their social circle, where something has happened in their social circle, which is making the boy's obstacle, which is the Mars Lord, getting activated. And because it's in the Sun is in the Mars is in the Rashi of Sun, you know, so that is somewhere getting activated through the social circle somewhere.
Okay.
Moon can be mother also.
Mother also. Fourth lord,
So
yeah.
fourth lord, some house issue with the mother.
Mother must have objected maybe.
Hmm.
And in the fourth lord, Jupiter is there, which is the ninth lord, which is father. So maybe the parents have also objected something. So maybe this person, the boy who's asking, might have done something or said something which the parents might not have liked. Correct? So basically, what I'm trying to come to is, Manasi क्या बोले थे? So basically,
Still analyzing.
first of all, you have to find out what Udayam is. Okay. So based on what planet is coming towards it, etc., etc. Second thing is the Kavipu link, basically. So what is coming to Kavipu in the sense, what is the basic cause of it and what it is hitting. Okay. So what I do is, this anyways you'll get it in the video. What I would think is from now on, whatever cases I send you, you all analyze it again, Shanti se quietly बैठ के do it later on and make the notations also. Okay. I'll share the second case.
सर इसमें मर्क्यूरी कुछ प्ले करेगा पार्ट?
Mercury is the Kavipu lord, no, seated in the third house of communication. So it is showing that there is some issue in the communication.
Okay.
And it is in the seventh to the Aruda, so it is with the opposite person. So this is Mercury seated in the Rashi of Mercury only. In the, that means some gadbad. It is seventh from the Aruda, the opposite person, and it is also Kavipu lord.
Okay.
Okay, now this was another case where this person had appeared for a competitive exam and he wanted to know whether he will do well in that. So now first of all, we have to find out whether this is competitive exam or this is the person himself. What is it?
Seems like the person himself, sir.
Because see, this is Udayam Lord is Venus, Hora is also Venus.
Exactly.
Venus has gone and sat in the fourth house of Sukhasthana. Now, competitive exam, in which house will you check?
Is it the same as competitive range? Is it house 6?
Huh? Six.
Or do we look at
Competitive exam, six. Again,
Sixth house.
Sixth house again Venus.
Again, sun, debilitated sun is there in the sixth house with Mercury.
Don't go for the inner.
Acha, acha. Okay.
Dada, what was the question? What about the exam?
This person has appeared for a competitive exam and he wants to know whether he will do well in the exam.
You've got Gyati Karak sitting in the 6th house.
No, don't see that.
Don't see that? Okay.
Don't see the inner planets, only see the outer planets and Kavipu, Arudam and Udayam.
So Saturn is approaching. I think he must be means fighting for authoritative position like police or something like that, army, navy.
Saturn is approaching. Saturn is what the ninth lord. So ninth lord is Bhagya. In the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is the eighth lord of obstacles. Correct. So Saturn in Jupiter is coming. So some obstacle in the Bhagya seems to be coming here. And even if you say this is the 11th lord of Ichhamurti, your snake is seated over here.
So, but the sun is in the 10th house. So, is he looking for some government job or something like that? The competitive exam is related to government?
Must be. If I remember the case correctly, it was for some government exam.
Sir, in that case, Venus, his first lord and sixth lord, is in his fourth house, okay, which is in the Sun Rashi, hmm, and the Sun is in 10th house. So that ways it is making that sense. But as you said, Saturn is also his 10th lord, not only his ninth lord, but 10th lord as well. So who is, as you said, in the obstacle, so just that Jupiter needs to be taken care of, which is in the seventh house. So someone who is maybe taking the exam, or someone we need to understand what the situation is regarding the exam. Who is someone, is he doing some partnership, is he doing it in a certain sense? That thing we need to figure out, what is this seventh house situation.
Manasi, what?
I was going to say Mars is Karak efforts, which is sitting in his eighth house, which is obstacles. So
How is the efforts in
in
the
that much effort.
his efforts is
Huh?
this is moon. Where is it? It's not in the eighth house.
Where is your cursor?
This is the
Ah,
person. This is the
oh,
effort.
there.
So efforts are actually seated here only. They have in fact
But
crossed.
even Mars is efforts, right?
Mars' effort is okay, but Mars is also 12th and the 7th lord. Here the efforts, if you have to see, you see the third house from there.
Third house.
One more thing basically, see, if we are talking about competitive exams, we are looking at this house, 6th house. This is the bhagya of the competitive exam. Always see the bhagya of the thing. So bhagya of the competitive exams has got this Saturn, which is the 9th and 10th lord. So 9th is again bhagya, 10th is again career. Seated in the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is the 8th and the 11th. So obstacles in Ichhapurti. And this sun which Chitrangi was saying, so sun jo hai, that is government, that is ठीक है. Fourth house of this thing. Where the Udayam has gone and Udayam Lord has gone and sat. That Lord has come here in the 10th house of career, correct. But it is in the nakshatra of Rahu. So what does Rahu do to sun? It grahan karta hai na. It's a grahan. So grahan related to sun, means government, is seated here. Is seated here. Hey Rashmi, you are early for the next class or late for this class?
Sir, I had messaged you. I have to drop my son, and I'm really sorry.
So basically, this sun is seated here in Saturn, which is again seated in to come here. So basically, I think. And another thing what Manasi was saying, so third house of efforts, which is moon, has crossed it and gone to the 12th house of loss. So it means that his efforts might not have been enough. And moon is in the nakshatra of sun, which is again getting grahan over there. If you see a moon, can you see the thing here? So here moon is in the nakshatra of sun. And sun basically, if you say government, where this fellow has gone and sat, is in the nakshatra of Rahu, crossing the grahan. So basically, sun, government, Rahu, grahan, both of them are seated over here, Saturn, in the bhagya of the sixth lord of competitive exam, is coming towards Udayam. So what does it tell you? Mars effort in the 8th house of obstacles. In the 8th house of obstacles, where is the thing? Mars. In the nakshatra of Venus, which is Udayam Lord, comes 6th Lord. So efforts, which is moon. Efforts, efforts which is moon, which has gone to the this thing. What is it called? 12th house of loss, and the 12th Lord Mars, which is in the nakshatra of Venus, which is Udayam Lord and 6th Lord of competitive exams, is seated in the 8th house of obstacles. So what does it tell you about the efforts? efforts were less. He is not putting enough effort. That is one. Then competitive exam is 6th. What is coming towards the 6th? So Jupiter. So Jupiter, when it is coming from here, Jupiter is what? Jupiter is basically the 11th and the 8th lord. 11th is what? 6th from the 6th. So again, Bhavat Bhavam of this thing. Yeah, all of you switch your cameras on, please. 11th house is 6th from 6th is basically what? It is the, again, competitive exam, you know. So competitive exam, Ichha Purti, 8th house of obstacles, all this together, Jupiter, in the Rashi of Saturn. Saturn is what? Basically 9th and 10th lord. Bhagya of that fellow, career. Where this sun, the government exam what he is giving, is getting Grahan. Is it getting complicated? But that's how you need to join the dots. What? Honestly.
Do we also look at the sixth house lord? Venus is sitting in the fourth house, right? Sixth lord is in the fourth house, and Kavipu. Oh no, Kavipu is going, but it's in the no. Kavipu is going in the opposite direction, so anti-clockwise.
See, if you see, okay, I'll take it to one step further. Rashmi, switch on your camera. If you see this one, I'll take it to one. Now, Jara, pay attention. This is slightly complicated. Jara, try to pay attention. The sixth lord Venus is seated in Ketu. Now, if you go here, Venus is seated in Ketu in the third pada. If you remember here, if you know the nakshatras, from here the next sequence starts. So basically, if you remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, again 12, it comes here. From here, the next link starts with the Ketu, Venus, all that thing. So third one over here will be equivalent to which Rashi? Mercury, right? Gemini. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? If I say Venus, दिसतंय का? Venus is in Ketu, third pada.
Other.
Correct. So Ketu starts here, right? So 1, 2, 3. So 1 will be what? Aries. 2 will be what? Taurus. 3 will be what? Gemini. Rashmi, switch on your camera. First time, last warning. No? And then the last time, first warning. Whatever. What does the third come to? Camera. The camera. The third is what? Gemini.
Mercury.
Mercury, correct. So basically Venus is in the nakshatra of Ketu in the pada of Mercury. Now what does this tell you? Mercury, I'll give you a hint. Mercury is basically the natural. Now go to the natural Kalpurush Kundalini. Third and sixth lord.
Sixth lord. Competitive exams ka Karaka is Mercury.
And third is what? A document or an agreement or let us say acceptance of that.
Right.
Barabar. Venus is what? The Udayam Lord. So we have got Udayam Lord here. We have got a document related to competitive exam over here. And दोनों के बीच में क्या है? Ketu.
Cut. And even Ketu becomes the seventh co-lord. So,
ठीक है. That is seventh co-lord.
which is again Jupiter, who is like the eighth lord here. कुछ तो there is something to do with seventh sir इधर कुछ तो
seventh basically what is it called your Mars, which is like what Manasi was saying, Mars is also the natural karak of effort. So Mars basically is seated with 8th house, so 12th lord in the 8th house. So basically Mars karak of what is it called efforts is the 12th lord. पहले वो the lord of loss and gone and sat in the 8th house of obstacles. My lord of loss already जाके कीचड़ में जाके बैठा है. So his efforts are. And Mars, if you go to see further, Mars is in the thing of Venus, third pada.
Hmm.
So if I'm making that new tabulation there, it will be easier. But if you see here, Mars is in the third pada of Venus. So 4 pada of Ketu are over and 3 are there. So 8th mein again Mars hi aa gaya. It will come to Scorpio. Do you understand how I got this calculation?
Yes, yes.
Anyone has not understood this? So basically, I'll tell you again. Mars is in third pada. You can see my mouse move here. So Mars is in the third pada of Venus. Venus will be what? Purvashada. So Purvashada will come after Mula. So 4 pada of Mula and 3 pada of Purvashada. And basically again here it is starting from 0, 0 only. So 4 and 3, 7. Sorry, not 8. 4 and 3, 7 हो गया. 7 मुझे वापस Venus में आ गया. Again 6
Venus.
lord. Same.
Hmm.
That's what I was wondering. It should come to 6th only. So Mars basically the 12th and 8th lord seated in the nakshatra of Venus, which is 1st and 6th lord of competitive exam, in the pada of Tula. Tula is what? Libra. Again competitive exam.
सर नो आइडिया सर कौन सा कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम दे रहा था वो.
I think it was some government post, some government.
सर अगर कुछ सर्जरी रिलेटेड या मेडिकल रिलेटेड या एथ हाउस रिलेटेड गवर्नमेंट पोस्ट रहता था देन इट वुड मेक अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर.
Because Ketu is a cut, Mars is an operation, 12th is a surgery, 12th is hospital, 8th is also surgery. No, but it was not like that. It was some like a clerical post or something.
So had it been surgery, तो क्या होता था इसका, like you know, had it been related to hospital or surgery, then result में क्या अंतर आता था? I mean our observation.
So we are saying the 12th lord is seated in the 8th house, Mars. Mars first of all is surgery, some sharp object. 12th is hospital, 8th is again surgery. So competitive exam related to this bola to it would have been positive. Swati, what happened?
It would have been positive, you are saying.
Sir, ये moon ये sorry.
Rashmi, basically when you see the 6, 8, 12 or you see something negative, उसका तोड़ जो है that is to flip the कारक तत्व over, actually flip it over. Like how we say Rahu is basically a disruptor. So you look at Rahu as deep research, or you look at Rahu as foreign settlement, or you look at Rahu as modern technology, or you look at Rahu as doing something in an unconventional manner. Then here Rahu का ये तोड़ हो जाता है ना. So like that here you got 12, which is what loss. You got 8, which is what obstacle. You got Mars, which is what seated again 12th lord in the 8th house. तो इसको तोड़ करने का मुझे कि मार्स जो 12th लॉर्ड इन द 8th हाउस है, तो 12th को हॉस्पिटल बना दिया, 8th को सर्जरी बना दिया. यानी दोनों का ये मार्स है, उसको मार्स को जो 8th एंड 12th का वो एनर्जी ले रहा है, उसको चेंज करके मार्स में कट लिया है. So that's what this one is saying, Chitra is saying. So if he was appearing for a competitive exam related to medical, and that too something related to surgery, it doesn't have to mean that he's a doctor. He could have been in the medical government ka line, whatever you want to call, or he could have been in some government agency which makes those machinery or the knives or whatever, this thing, the scalpels and all that. wo jo bhi,
Surgical equipment, anything to do with surgery.
So why I was so keen, you know, though I joined late. So when you were discussing this chart, you know, I thought that had it been the chart of my son who's appearing for NEET, so what could be the result? So I was just silently listening ki okay, ye idhar hai, you know, so if it is for medical, then
take it just a NEET is what for medical this thing.
yes, for medical.
Then it will be positive for him.
Thank you.
So let's do one thing. Just let me finish off with Swati's question. Then we'll come back to your thing and let's see if it works for you also. Now, Swati, what happened?
सर मुझे ये पूछना था कि मून जो है उद्यम के ऊपर जो है ना, मून मन बताता है, तो ऐसा है क्या कि ये पूरे मन से भी प्रिपेयर नहीं कर रहे थे?
म्हणजे if you are not prepared म्हणजे मन से ही नहीं prepare करते म्हणजे. अच्छा, you mean that maybe there were some situations which did not do like that.
एग्जैक्टली जैसे फुल हार्टेडली हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं ना फोकस से, जो उदयम के जस्ट नियर बाय है मून, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो ये भी दिखा कि शायद प्रिपेयर.
So basically what you are saying, no, you can look at it in a more technical manner. कि moon is the third lord. So effort. Moon is also, let us say, the emotional state. And अभी इधर देखो, moon is in sun. So again government. Correct. So and moon is also, sun is also the fourth lord of overall education. So basically, um, the effort, third lord, related to sun government, correct, is going towards the 12th house of loss because of some emotional. So emotional maybe many times होता है ना, बहुत पढ़ाई पढ़ाई करते हैं, लास्ट में एकदम छोड़ देते हैं. मानसिक आगे.
So moon can also be considered like education or exams or whatever, right? And then Saturn is approaching moon, which is like it can be like a
Saturn is
acid
approaching,
of moon.
Saturn approaching moon.
Saturn is approaching Uday, but here actually go to see moon is exalted here.
It is exalted, yeah.
So actually go to think of it, his efforts were good because it has already crossed the Uddayam and going towards the 12th house. So initially his efforts, so basically if you see this exalted moon in the nakshatra of sun, which is name, fame, recognition, promotion, whatever. Exalted moon in sun going towards the 12th house of loss. So that means that initially his efforts must have been very good. And then they were slowly going towards a loss.
Sir, even this is indicating that this can be an exam which is abroad based.
That also you can say if it was because the 12th lord of
Huh,
foreign settlement and 8th lord of major transfer of knowledge.
exactly, exactly. Or even research abroad, research based. So eighth again house would give research R&D का कुछ दे सकता है.
That might connect to what Rashmi is trying to say just now. No? So
Hmm.
basically, if she is asking about her son's that NEET exam ka result, then basically this can mean a lot of things. So moon basically means travel. Moon basically also means mother. Now this is moving towards a 12th house, म्हणजे
12th house. Exactly.
away from mother. Plus 12th house of Rashmi is the boy planning to go abroad और नीट का एग्जाम होने के बाद what does he get into? Medical.
Medical, he will be the exam will be in the month of May, and he is aiming for the colleges here in India only.
पण म्हणजे basically what it is trying to say is that this might mean that maybe Bombay का college में नहीं मिलेगा, maybe he will get in, let's say.
Yeah, he don't want the Bombay college. He don't want to.
हाँ, तो वही हो गया. Then that is. So have you understood? If we suddenly change this case, which was last year October, to just now present case of what this one Rashmi is asking, then we can say that moon, which also stands for motherhood, which also stands for third lord of effort of the boy, basically, this is the boy, right? This is her son. So son, say third lord of effort and competitive, let's say document, is going towards the 12th house, away from the mother, because moon is the natural fourth lord, moon is also his mother. And moon is in the nakshatra of sun. So sun is again in a way allopathic medicine, modern medicine. Sun is also a new beginning. Okay, and going to the 12th house म्हणजे paraya desh, pardesh. So even if he goes and he's in Karnataka, let us say, that is away from the mother. Okay, and the competitive exam, which is basically 6th house, का भाग्य अगर देखने को जाओ, So Saturn, which is career and the 9th and 10th lord. So Bhagya plus career related to Jupiter, which is the 9th lord of further studies and 12th lord of natural 9th lord of further studies, knowledge, and 12th lord of hospital. Okay, and if you see यहाँ पर Mars बैठा है, which is again some sort of a scalpel or a cut, बराबर. Mars is again seated in Venus, which is competitive exam. Snake basically is like micro levels, this thing, cut or nerves, and snake is in Mercury. Again, that is so base here it is catching Mercury in Moon. So basically, it is trying to say that his exam will be successful related to career, related to something medical, related to the future, which may be something related to microscopic surgery of a nerve or something like that. And if you see here, Jupiter in Saturn, अभी ये जो Jupiter Saturn का पूरा लटंबर बोला है, that is approaching Kavipu, which is in the nakshatra of Mars, which is again what we just now discussed, and that is catching Mercury. Mercury is what, again that same nerves. It's the 2nd and the 5th lord. So 5th lord is again recovery, again 6th Rashi of Rogue, in the nakshatra of Moon, which is this going away from the mother.
So he's तो अभी तो he will get the MBBS, but then he is aiming for neurosurgery only.
Neurosurgery in nerves, no? Nerves is Mercury only, no? So it relates to that. That's what I.
So that's what I was saying, हाँ, कि कभी कभी intuition also works. Like though I joined late, but then I started understanding, and I just by this thinking, okay, this is the case for my son. So I'll get to understand that what all need to be done. Like apart from his efforts, what astrologically we can help him. So then see the chart came like I think that astrology is more about your thoughts, like then the planet starts speaking what you keep on saying, right? So either astrologically can we help him, like can we give some more boost, or
Whenever you see what can help, you should see the 4th house, because 4th house is Sukhasthan. So he is seated in his Sukhasthan, so that is fine. Abhi Sukhasthan ka Lord किधर गया? So Sukhasthan ka Lord has gone in Sun. Sun has gone in the 10th house of career, and Saturn again career. But it is in the nakshatra of Rahu. So basically Rahu is what? Rahu creates a grahan of this thing, Sun. So Sukhasthan को ग्रहण राहु कर रहा है, तो उसका तोड़ क्या होगा? ग्रहण कर रहा है तो तोड़ अरे राहु इज अ डिसरप्टर का तोड़ इज व्हाट? डिसिप्लिन, सिंगल माइंडेड फोकस, रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड, यूजिंग मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी, यूजिंग आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स टेक्निक्स. So if he does his studies, which is the 10th lord also, which is status in society, in a Rahu manner, positive Rahu manner, कि disciplined, everything like that. If he does that, then this entire combination of Saturn as career, in Jupiter as Bhagya, natural lord of Bhagya, is coming to Udayam. Again, if you see, Udayam is in Mars, 12th and 7th lord. 7th lord of daily income, of profession or career, because it's the 10th from the 10th. 7th is 10th from the 10th. So again, that is career. Seated in the 8th house of medical, this thing. Like that. So the thought over here is, this thing will work properly. And now this is very important. Yesterday I was telling somebody, I don't know whom I was telling. So basically, kaisa hai, whenever you get this in the Rashi of this, in the Nakshatra of this, in the Pada of this, can go two ways. If it is going in the negative manner, then you need to change the Karak Tattva and make it go in the positive manner. If it is going in the positive manner, don't do anything. So now you observe is this thing कि अभी exam in what 7 months? How many months you said?
It is in May, first week of May.
May. So म्हणजे February, March, April, May. So 4, 12. So see the fun now. Sixth lord of competitive exam is Venus. February, March, April, May. In 4 months' time, it is coming and connecting to the Udayam. So this is a cross check, because if you have not told me, I might not have understood this, but since you have told me, I am cross checking this. So the third is what now? 4 months jo hai. Same thing. If you see this sixth lord and Udayam lord is connecting to Sun in the 10th house, 11th Rashi of Saturn. 10th is career and status in society and also career. 11th is your Ichha Purti and gains from whatever you are doing. And Saturn is career. Usme ye Sun जाके बैठा, which also Sukhastan, is in Rahu. So two ways, no? Rahu can be disruptor or Rahu can be it's like a multiple version of Jupiter Bhagya, like opening, like a bomb bolte usko. बराबर? So explosion. So basically, how he treats this Rahu is how the outcome is going to come. So in short, it obviously means that he will have to keep a very focused approach, very out of the box thinking. मुझे कुछ तो भी अलग पद्धति से करो. Don't go by the typical 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Use modern technology over there. But if he does that, then it connects to Saturn as a career and all this 10th, 11th thing in Jupiter, which is Bhagya, which is connecting to this.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and apart from this, the blessings of all of us will also be a help, right?
Yes, it will also help. Manasi, what?
No, I was just going to just add that probably we need to trigger the positives of Rahu. So extreme discipline, focus, all of that, right? Research using modern technology. So we try and rub the positive side of Rahu, kind of a thing. In a way.
Basically, if you see this also, this is seated in the 4th of house of mother. Mother say Venus, if you go to see, it is the 3rd and the 10th lord. So the efforts of the mother in the career also trigger this off.
So Rashmi, you've got to work harder in your career.
Sure.
Like what Manas is saying, that from that this thought came up, how do you trigger this house? Because we have to trigger his 4th house of Sukhastan, which is getting connected to this, in this, in this, in this. So 4th house is what? Very simply, it is the mother. And Venus, which is coming here, is basically for the mother, her 3rd house and her 10th house. So her efforts in her career, as long as she does that properly, this thing is got triggered off.
It means like more focus on my career will trigger that. Okay.
Which you are doing anyways, because little bit I know about your background, so I know that.
So, but surprisingly, just to this thing, so when we are saying that Rahu is modern technology and all, so how he's preparing that, despite having lots of the things, he'll find the question papers over internet. He's searching, which are like not being not being explored much. And surprisingly, I have got also like a lot many inquiries in last few days for my career, which I am like I was about to say no for all of that, because I'm not finding time only, but then now I'll pick it up.
So you as a mother ka third and you as a mother ka 10th. And that to Venus, which is again related to interiors and some glamour and some what glamour and interiors and way similar line. So that is also showing over there. Okay. Any other questions on that?
Sir, also Jupiter and Mars, there is Parivartan, no?
Correct.
So that will largely be positive if it is related to surgery and that. So eighth and seventh lord, it's a good relation.
नहीं, मैं basically कैसा रहता है परिवर्तन का my understanding of परिवर्तन is that you have to activate either the 8th house or the 7th house or Jupiter or Mars, and you want to take it to one level ahead. You can activate the nakshatra lord also, which is Saturn over here, and for Mars it is Venus. So ऐसे देखा जाए तो Venus is the 6th house of competitive exam. ये Mars का जो नक्षत्र लॉर्ड है. And Mars is basically the effort. Mars is seated in the 8th house of something which is unconventional or something like a major transformation. Barabar? And 7th house is basically, frankly speaking, effort. 7th house को छोड़ दो. 7th house is basically taking energy from the opposite person, whatever it is. So the mother will be doing that. So basically, if he does his efforts related, my Mars in Venus. So Mars in Venus मुझे efforts related to competitive exam in a unconventional manner or something like a major transformation. Something he really does it in a little unconventional manner. Then this and this get exchanged. No? So Mars comes to its own house and becomes stronger, and Jupiter goes to its own house and it becomes stronger.
Okay.
That way. ठीक है? So what I wanted to discuss with you all was कि basically these cases which we are doing now and which every turn will be taking 2 what I was actually thinking is now I think I've reached 4,000 or 5,000 cases now. ये जो documented है वो I think 1700-1800 दिखा रहा है, but there are lots of others which are not documented properly, but I have the cases over there. So what we will do is we'll take out older cases where the knowledge level is also less and start analyzing it. Okay. Hopefully I have documented the feedback. If that is the case, very good. Otherwise, at least it will give some thought, because what I realize is the more you do like tapasya sort of a thing, cut, the chart starts opening up, which is my personal experience. You must be thinking, oh, I am reading things so fast. It is not like that. I have put in huge amount of efforts on this. So if we do a regular thing in this, the charts actually start opening up. Like just now, what happened with Rashmi? Frankly speaking, I still am a little stumped, but still not so stumped, because nowadays I have realized the chart suddenly changes and gives an answer to anything. अभी उसके मन में वही था कि उसके बेटे का क्या है, तो फट करके switched on to that. So there is something in it which I don't know what it is, but I don't want to challenge that also. I am accepting the way it is. So what I'm trying to say is, if all of us have to come to that level, the cases which I'm sharing, okay, just don't see the video and oh, very good karke band kar do. You actually draw out that chart, make your own form of notations, because I do it in Photoshop, so things are very easy for me. It might not be so easy for you if you want to do it in Word or whatever it is, but draw it out with different colors or whatever, analyze it, see how the planets are moving over there, and spend, I would say, at least 15-20 minutes to half an hour on that chart, that one chart. Take one chart if you want, spend half an hour or 1 hour, whatever it is, and every time we do these cases through the week, we will try to do two cases every Sunday minimum. Once we are little better, it might make more charts. but at least two charts which I will be sharing through the week. Draw them out, analyze it for yourself, break your head over it. If something new comes up, share it on the group. If something is wrong you feel which is discussed over there, that is also fine. Share it on the group. Okay. Otherwise, you do your own homework. That is the only way I feel we'll all be able to come to some level. Anything else?
एक चार्ट सैंपल के लिए स्क्रीन पे शेयर करेंगे क्या?
एक क्या चार्ट?
मुझे वो जो कॉन्सेप्ट मैंने शेयर किया था ना ग्रुप पे, उससे रिगार्डिंग एक क्वेश्चन पूछना है.
Which chart you want me to share?
कोई भी एक सैंपल चार्ट खोल लीजिए. मैं एक्चुअली ना नोट्स बना रही थी पुरानी क्लास के, तो उसमें ना जेके सर ने कुछ कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी स्टेटमेंट डाल दिया था वो उदयम और कविपू के क्रॉसिंग पे,
I shared this
तो
chart.
वही क्लैरिफाई करना था.
This is a chart I've just. So what are you asking? I don't understand.
हाँ, अब सर वो जो पाइसेस से लेके नीचे सैजिटेरियस वाला रो है ना,
ये
ठीक है, हाँ ये वाला. इसमें देखिए मून, स्नेक और सन आ रहा है यहाँ पे, जामा प्लैनेट, राइट? तो जो डिग्री है 0 to 30 वो टॉप टू बॉटम चलेगी ना.
like this it will go.
0 यानी टॉप वाला होगा पॉइंट और 30 डिग्री नीचे वाला होगा, जो दोनों के इंटरसेक्शन पे आ रहा है पॉइंट, राइट?
नहीं ना सर, ऐसे गिनते हैं क्या?
नहीं, I didn't understand. क्या? What is the question? Only I didn't understand.
सर यहाँ पे अभी जैसे मान लीजिए कि मुझे जामा प्लैनेट मून की डायरेक्शन देखनी कि वो किसकी तरफ मूव कर रहा है, तो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, वो ऊपर जाएगा, एरिस
नहीं,
की तरफ जाएगा.
नीचे है. It goes like
नीचे.
एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, हाँ नीचे आएगा, नीचे आएगा, राइट?
सर
तो जब
सर
नीचे
कैन
मूव
आई,
कर रहा है,
स्वाति जी, आई कैन जस्ट, आई थिंक आई गॉट व्हाट शी इज आस्किंग. स्वाति जी, डिग्री 0 क्लॉकवाइज ही जाती है. 0 मतलब उदयम जहाँ है, एरीज का 0 जो है वो फर्स्ट पॉइंट 0 ही रहेगा. डिग्रीज उल्टी नहीं जाती है. मतलब अभी ये
ओके.
मून 2 है, फिर मून 1 होएगा और फिर मून दूसरे में जाएगा.
अब जब आप नीचे आएंगे सेजिटेरियस पे, तो जो 11 जहां लिखा है वहां 0 होगा, और 12 जहां लिखा है इंटरसेक्शन पे 30 होगा, राइट?
नो सर, नो
बराबर बराबर.
सर, द बॉटम विल बी 0 एंड टॉप विल बी 30 ऑलवेज.
दैट्स व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग.
That's what she said.
हाँ
11
Yeah.
पे 0 and 12 पे मैं actually I look
हाँ,
at it.
ओके.
Swati, see I'll tell you 1 minute. एक अभी ध्यान करो because that confusion was there in the group also. अभी ये देखो ये लाइन है ना, इसको 0 0 पकड़ लो. starting point.
ठीक है.
30 plus 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 30.
360.
बरोबर. Degrees will always go. So suppose you are looking at this house, which is the 8th Rashi. 0 will always be here and your 30 will always be there. If you are looking at the 9th Rashi, abhi you are looking at it this way, ठीक है? I look at it from here to here. जो भी है, it doesn't matter. This is 0, this is 15 and this is 30. या ऐसे पकड़ लो, वो भी चलेगा. 0 है 30 है, 0 है 30 है, 0 है 30. Now the thing is the JAMA planets are going anti-clockwise. Now if you see the difference between the JAMA planets, they will always be 45 degrees. Degrees, because if you see here, ये 2 डिग्री इधर है. So this is 2 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is 32, and 17.3 minus 30. 17 by कितना हो गया? 13, 23 degrees.
13 पॉइंट, हाँ
approximately. So 23 plus 2, 25. 23 क्या बोले 13 degrees 23 नहीं 13 degree 13 degrees यहाँ से यहाँ तक plus 2 degrees is 15 plus 3 is 40 30 is 45. So always difference between the अभी ये 17 पकड़ो ये 2 पकड़ो. So 17 में from here to here you need 17 and from here to here you need 30 minus 2 28. So
20.
that is how it is calculated. So this
Thank you, sir.
gamma planet will always go this way, but at 0 to 30 will always go this way only.
Fine.
तो ये जो
Got
zero हुआ है ना, approximately इसके अंदर यहाँ पर बैठा हुआ है.
स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे बिल्कुल.
ये आरूढ़ 5 है ना, यहाँ पर बैठा है. ये मृत्यु 26 ना, यहाँ पर बैठा हुआ है. So moon basically यहाँ पर है and आरूढ़ यहाँ पर है. तो moon has already crossed the Aruda and going ahead, if you want to see it that way. Now if you see Udayam over here, where is Udayam? Udayam is here. So 23 degree में roughly यहाँ पर आ गया. Can you see my mouse?
17 पीछे है.
17 is पीछे and Saturn Jama is going this side and Udayam is going this side.
Crossed.
So Saturn has already crossed it by almost like 3 and this around 6 degrees. So ये इधर जा रहे हैं उधर. So Saturn में it has already हो गया काम like that. Understood?
वीनस जो है वो अप्रोच करेगा ना अब उद्यम को. थैंक यू सर.
Okay. So this I'll put up the video in some time. So draw this chart out. ये दोनों का analysis कर लो. If it is coming something different from what we have done, वो करो. That second chart का use it alternatively for Rashmi also. And do your analysis over there. If you feel that something needs to be done, so propose that. We'll check it out from there. Manasi.
Sorry, just quickly. So every time we look at a chart and we're analyzing, do we have to consider everything we've learned, so to speak? So should we also be looking at karaks and maraks and aspects and like how far do we go kind of a thing?
First of all,
Or do we just do it case by case?
No, you stick to the topic what is there, that is more important. So if somebody is asking about the child's exam, then you see child may 5th house and from the 5th house the 6th house, like that also you can see, which is the thing. Now don't look at the person's health and the person's marriage and the person's something, and it doesn't make a difference. So basically once you concentrate. Now the complicated part is, what you're asking is, you are looking at only Parashari just now and you are only looking at Karak just now. There are 10 other Paddhatis which come into play. So frankly speaking, that will come only with maturity and practice, whether you're going to use Lal Kitab over here, whether you're going to use Navtara system over here, whether you're going to use Bhrigunandi Nadi ka progression over here, whether you're going to use BCP, which is Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati over here, are you going to use BSP, which is Bhrigu Saral Paddhati over here, are you going to do the secret of ascendants over here, which is blank chart? So like that, there are so many things. So frankly speaking, that's what I keep on saying, that once you do that tapasya sort of a thing, the chart automatically starts telling you ki look at it from this angle, which will only happen if you sort of do that, like aradhana bolte mujhe uska tapasya karo to it will come out, otherwise it doesn't come out. That's why I keep telling people ki if you want to do astrology, ardhavat mat karo, because you are playing with your life and somebody else's life. So till you are confident that you are doing it with that single-minded focus and without any negative thoughts behind it, कि मैं पैसा कमाऊंगा, बहुत ये करूंगा, that is how then this will start talking. Because many times I suddenly go to Lal Kitab. So how does it go to Lal Kitab? I don't have a list written over here कि ये देखो ये वो देखो. Something tells me look at it from Lal Kitab. Then I will see, okay, Rahu in this house, what is it trying to tell? Is it connecting to this? Sometimes it will just tell me look at it from the Pada level. Now every time I don't go planet in Nakshatra, in Rashi, in Pada, I don't go over there. So sometimes it tells me that. So that is something which I don't know how it happens, but the only thing which comes to my mind is that tapasya, that is all. So you do it single-mindedly as much as now all of you are working, so it is not easy for you to spend 4, 5 hours every day. I can understand that. But even if you spend, let's say, half an hour every day, and on the weekends you decided you will spend 3 hours or 4 hours, and you do all that with a single-minded focus, without any negative thoughts, then it will work. Instead of 6 months, it might take 1 year, but it will still work. That is what. Somebody had asked a question. Who had asked? Swati.
एक्चुअली मुझे ऐड करना था मानसी मैम को। मैम सच अगर जामाकोल हमने जब पढ़ा था ना, तो सर हम लोगों को यही बोल रहे थे कि जामा प्लैनेट्स और उदयम, आरुदा और कविकू को ही देखना है, पर मनीष सर ने उसमें मोडालिटीज ऐड करते हुए रिसर्च करी है। तो इट्स अप टू हिज नॉलेज कि वो ऐड अप करके रिसर्च कर रहे थे, अदरवाइज जो ट्रांजिट प्लैनेट्स है उनको भी वो कंसिडर नहीं कर रहे थे।
What she's saying is basically because we got into Jamakal almost at the same time, more or less around water time. So that time that the teachers who were teaching were always saying कि planet coming to Udayam देखो and yes or no बोलो. And I was always of the opinion that it cannot be so simple as आ गया तो catch पकड़ा तो out हो गया. It is not that simple. So then I started. So something that chart was trying to tell me कि see more. And today where we have reached up to that further level is these people will not accept it only. So मेरा क्या मतलब है कि as long as your chart is giving you the answer, it's okay. So that is what Swati is trying to say. Anyway, chalo. So do the homework and we'll be in touch next time. Again, I'll pick out some older cases and see. Chalo. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.